Maybe now? Yeah. Well, we should have audio, and we are live in the Hawks Nest. Apologize for the no audio, no commentary in the beginning. Got the cameras working, though. We are live. Colerain took a touchback like you saw at the very start of the game up in the booth this year. I am back in the booth. Beck Lucas alongside Ethan Lennon to get you this Colerain versus Lakota East matchup. Colerain will start with the ball. They'll go ahead and hand off right up the middle and pick up about a couple. A little bit of a rush start here. But we do want to give you some insight into this game. Colerain this season just 1-6 on the year. Their lone win coming against Sycamore, finally snapping their infamous losing streak 2 weeks ago, but then falling to Lakota West last week, 48-9. East trying to get back in the win column. 27-6 loss last week. That one goes over the head of Roman Carr. Not ready for it at all. Trey Smith has to fall on it. Already a lot of struggles for Colerain like they've had for most of this year. But like I was saying, East coming in of a 27-6 loss at Middletown. Good opportunity to bounce back this week. Ethan, what else do you have for us?
Yeah, East is coming in this game, and like you mentioned, they did come off that loss that was a little bit hard to watch, but they're coming in and they're going to want to play angry because they want to play this team, this Colerain team that has gotten their first win this season against Sycamore since, I believe, 2021 or 2022. So they want to come and put on a show tonight.
That pass is caused by Amir Blair. They'll pick up a good chunk of yards, but it won't matter. It will be 4th down. And Colerain will already have to punt. A good start for this East defense.
East defense is definitely going to be showing off some of their strengths tonight in the passing defense. Against Colerain, who has primarily been a passing offense so far here, they have a little bit more struggles in the run game, even though they have a couple options. Carvis Davis, Amir Blair, and Uriel Freeman, all possible options.
And a bad punt that time. Thurman's just going to point at it. It'll get a nice roll, though, past the 50. They'll still watch it. It'll hit just around the 45-yard line in East territory. Not a good punt that time from Trey Smith, their junior receiver out there, also their punter. But Niall Knutson and Ryder Hooks in this East offense will take over their first time on offense in this game. Last week, poor showing for Niall Knutson. Just didn't really have much time in the pocket. Couldn't let his routes develop. Just over 100 passing yards. Had an interception. Ryder Hooks was excellent on the ground, though. Racking up over 150 rushing yards. Knutson will drop back on the first throw. Gets it out to Carter Jones. Trying to find his blockers. Tries to cut it up the middle, but brought down. Nice tackle there from Malachi Smith. Coming down from that safety position. Carter Jones will pick up 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
And this Colerain defense definitely not highlighted for making big plays and holding teams to not very many points. As like you said, they were blown out by Lakota West last week, 48-9. And I think tonight's just about making sure that doesn't happen again.
Long developing play. Goes back to Ryder Hooks on the outside. He's got some blockers. Tries to cut it up the left side, but brought down again by Malachi Smith. Ryder Hooks looking good to start this game.
Ryder Hooks is definitely going to be having one of those nights where you're going to see him in the rushing game and in the passing game. As the season's developed and as some of the stuff we saw last year out of this Lakota East offense, they're going to want to use Ryder Hooks in ways other than just running it up the gut. They want to conserve some of his stamina and some of his health.
But they will go right up the gut to Ryder Hooks, who spins forward for a really nice game. Like you said, this could be one of those games where Ryder Hooks could just take over this Colerain defense. Not good against the run, not good against the pass. They're 8th in yards allowed per game in the GMC, 9th in points allowed per game. Only Sycamore is worse as they give it to Ryder Hooks once again, who tries to make a man miss. Brought down by Zay Sims, the 6'1" senior linebacker for Colerain, their leading tackler.
Now, East's offense here is they're going to be playing, and they're going to want to make sure they don't get too predictable. This was somewhat of an issue that we saw last year when these two teams met, and that was a very close game if we look back. And East wants to make sure that doesn't happen again. They can't get too predictable with their play calling. They're going to have to spread out the ball a bit, and they know they're definitely going to be able to. It just is going to have to come down to trust.
Knutson trying to find somebody in the back of the end zone. It is caught. P.J. McFarland, touchdown Thunderhawks.
A fantastic play by Niall Knutson and P.J. McFarland. P.J. McFarland known for being the Indiana commit, big tight end. He's been one of the main receivers and one of the most reliable guys, not only for Niall Knutson this year, but J.T. Kitna last year. He was one of their favorite targets. And I think they're going to continue to do it this game. He's one of those guys where no matter where you put him, no matter who you put in coverage, he's going to be able to beat them. P.J. McFarland coming in at 6'5", 240 pounds. He's having a good season so far.
Kick is up and good from A.J. Fitzstevens. This will push your score to 7-0. A very good start for the Thunderhawks. We will step away for just a moment. We welcome you back now into the Hawks Nest. It is a perfect night for football. Beautiful sky, overcast, 65 degrees. I mean, this is the exact weather you would want to play in if you were playing football right now. So excited to be here.
Definitely is a very beautiful night here. I mean, this is really some of the first fall weather we're seeing all year, and it's been great. I'm loving it.
It's been way too hot for way too long. I'm ready for it to start cooling down as Fitzstevens' kick will go out of the back of the end zone. He's really improved on his kickoffs since the start of the year, especially last year. Gruber, actually, that was Tyler Gruber on the kickoff, I believe. Or no, it was A.J. Fitzstevens. Gruber just went out to retrieve the puck. Fitzstevens has really improved, like I said, on his kickoffs. I mean, especially last year, start of this year, you know, you were seeing it maybe get past the 10 occasionally. These last 3 weeks, it has been going out of the back of the end zone every single time. Really nice to see that development from such a young guy, only a sophomore, and already being East's main kicker for 2 years in a row. Guard this time will fake the give up the middle, go over the top, and hit hard from Braxton Thurman, but a nice catch from Riley Smith.
Good play up there. Getting up in the middle of the defense. That's a nice catch by Riley Smith. Like you said, he was hit hard there. Good ball control as Colerain brings it up to their own 35.
That is Riley Smith's just second catch on the year. See in the backfield there with Deshaun Flagg. Gets it out this time to Smith again, who is hit down hard. Doesn't get about much. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 now for Colerain. Roman Gar coming into this is 2nd in the GMC in passing yards. While he hasn't been the most efficient, had a huge game 2 weeks ago against Sycamore, 371 passing yards to go along with 5 touchdowns. He can have his moments and he can have his games. Only a sophomore, also plays on the basketball team, just a true athlete at Colerain. They'll go right up the middle to Trey Smith, who finds a hole, breaks through, tries to cut it right, brought down by Ryder Hooks. It will be a nice run and a 1st down for Colerain.
Coming into this football game, was definitely not expecting somebody like you mentioned, Riley Smith, to be somebody whose name's been called twice already. And one person I was expecting to hear a lot of so far is Deshaun Flagg Jr. He's been having himself a great year so far. He's racked up 464 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns on 23 receptions, including a big 80-yard touchdown reception just a couple weeks ago.
While this Colerain team has struggled, they do have a lot of threats in the passing game with Trey Smith in the backfield as well. Gar fumbles the snap, though, has to pick it up and tries to get what he can. Dawson Reap and Carson Schroyer there to stop him before he gets much. Could have been disastrous, but it ends up being 4 yards for Colerain.
Now I'm looking at this. East is their rushing and their rushing defense here has definitely shown a lot more improvements as we've gone throughout this year. As we look back to that Mason football game where D'Lo Birch was just running all over the place, getting a lot of chunk plays. And
number 1 in the GMC on pass defense. Colerain second in passing yards. This Colerain team only averages 2.1 yards carries on the ground. And you see why there, as Trey Smith is blown up by the entire East D-line.
And this Colerain O-line is definitely nothing like we're seeing with the East O-line. They have a lot of big guys here. Notable players like Jaden Mabry, Robbie Bauer, and some more. All big dudes up front to help block. But there's still some of these issues, and they're allowing the East rushers to get right through and right to the quarterback or right to whoever's getting the ball. And that's just some good fashion playing football from this East defense.
Yeah, never good when you got 3 rushers on 5 blockers and you're still getting stuff for no gain. Roman Gar rolling all the way out to the left. Points for his guy to go upfield. It is picked off by Dawson Reap, trying to find a lane up the side. Jukes back and laterals it to Cole Miranda, who laterals it to Ryder Hooks. Tries to get on the outside. Hooks has a lot of speed. Stays on his feet, gets pushed out of bounds at around the 50. Man, was that fun.
What a play. Picked off by Dawson Reap. Lateral to Cole Miranda, and then another lateral for Ryder Hooks, who just punched it up the sideline for a crazy positive gain. These are some of the trick plays and some of the fancy stuff we're seeing out of East's team. And seeing in practice and seeing that first play, East has been trying to get their guys moving around and getting the ball passed around a little bit to throw off some defenses. In this case, throwing off the offense. It was a fantastic play by Lakota East defense. What a show.
Well, the refs saw some fun being had on the football field, so they decided none of that. We're throwing a flag. It was holding on East's return, so it will back them up 10, but it came in the later parts of the lateral fest. No idea if that was scripted or talked about in practice as something they might do. That is Roman Gar's 8th interception on the season. He has now thrown 8 touchdowns to 8 interceptions as his struggles continue on the year. Dawson Reap's first interception of the year, as well as Knutson will drop back. Nice time in the pocket. He'll get it out to Braden August, who gets wrapped down after a gain of about 4.
East defense is definitely, East offense is definitely doing a good job of diversifying who gets the ball. And the guys mentioned earlier with not wanting to become predictable, they're coming out here and they're playing a team, Colerain, who definitely isn't known to be a very big threat. So they're going to want to get some attention to some of these younger guys here like we just saw with Braden August. And I think they're going to keep doing it because they can.
August will get it on the side again, giving Ryder Hooks some break. August with a nice burst up to the 35-yard line. Multiple flags will fly. Could be called back for holding. As you were saying, though, calling Colerain not a threat would be unfathomable about 10, 20 years ago. This team, a lot of deep, rich history with being very good at football. Having a bit of a lull these past 4 years, but trying to get back on track. They got a lot of young guys, Deshaun Flagg, Roman Gar, Trey Smith, all sophomores, a lot of sophomores and juniors on this Colerain team. Could be a team to watch in the next coming years. They just got to develop, start playing winning football. Screen pass out to Carter Jones after the holding call. Chased down and wrapped up. Ali Carter Kincaid on the tackle.
Nice play there by Carter Jones. And this is one of those games where East is going to be able to run these screen passes and these short plays and still get good yardage out of it.
Knutson to the outside now to P.J. McFarland. That one is broken up. Nice defensive play from Carter Kincaid, who just made the tackle on the last play. Trying to get it out to P.J. McFarland on the outside. Don't see a lot of P.J. McFarland lining out super far out.
Got a guy like P.J. McFarland, I mean, you're going to want to have him, you're going to want to utilize him in any way you can, especially including blocks like we're seeing here.
East O-line getting some really nice blocks for Ryder Hooks that time. He will almost pick up a first down. It will bring up 3rd and short. And this East team uses P.J. McFarland any way they can, throwing him the ball deep, throwing him the ball short, going to him on 4th down, using him as a defensive player, and especially one of those blockers up front. Guy can really just do it all.
What a guy. He's just definitely going to be using him a little bit more on these blocks too, because he is, like I mentioned earlier, a pretty big dude. So he is able to get in there and stuff some Pass looked like it was maybe broken up, but it looks like Colerain came up with the ball. I believe it's going to be listed as an interception by Niall Knutson.
My apologies. I glanced away for just a second. My advisor's up here in the booth, but I believe you are right. That will be an interception for Colerain.
Not really sure how that came out, but it is going to give Colerain the ball back at their own 40. And now East defense is coming back out, and they're going to be ready to stop this Colerain offense.
Well, Roman Gar, like you said, last drive, throwing the pick to Dawson Reap, but his defense gets an interception right back as they go right up the middle to Trey Smith. He is engulfed by Carson Schroyer. Just barely got the ball in his hands before he was destroyed behind the line of scrimmage.
Carson Schroyer, he's one of those guys where I feel like you're seeing him in the backfield almost as much as some of the players, quarterbacks, running backs for the other team. It seems like it's just snap after snap where he's getting through that line, and he is living in Colerain's backfield right now.
Yeah, Carson Schroyer having a huge year so far. His best game coming against Oak Hills, right? A pick 6 and a forced fumble. They'll go on the outside on a little screen pass. Again, nowhere to go. Dawson Reap that time to bring him down.
This East defense is definitely, it is full of a lot of veteran players. Dawson Reap, Carson Schroyer, Cole Miranda, Ryder Hooks, just to name a few. And this is definitely a team that after this season's over, there will be a lot of thinking on who will be coming in. There are some guys here that will be coming in and stepping up next year, like Dalton Cheney, Beckett Bush, and Chris Leverett. All guys who are sophomores and juniors who will be taking up big roles next season.
Gar will drop back on 3rd and long now, steps up in the pocket, goes across the middle to Deshaun Flagg. He will get on the outside for a first down, keeps it in bounds. Dawson Reap finally hits him out. See that big playability from Deshaun Flagg Jr. 6'1", 180 pounds, only a sophomore. And he's been on a heater recently. All of his last 3 games, he has had at least 5 catches for 150 yards in each of them, 2 touchdowns over that stretch. Definitely going to be a guy to watch. It's number 14 slot receiver for Colerain.
Like we've mentioned earlier, and especially what you said, this is a team that is full of young talent. Their starting quarterback, Roman Gar, like you said, is only a sophomore, but he is having a great season so far.
Got some athleticism to him as well. The really nice run that time will get him close to another first down. East defense going to have to hunker down now. It will take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, 7-0 Lakota East. However, Colerain is driving after a Niall Knutson interception. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter. We welcome you back to the Hawks Nest. That's a 7-0 East lead right now, but Colerain inching closer to the red zone. Still give it to Trey Smith, who almost fumbles the handoff. Able to corral it, but will not pick up the first down. Only gets to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 3rd down and 1 now for Colerain.
Now, Colerain's offense is definitely, they're not a bad offense, definitely, but they're not an elite level squad. So they're able to go on par generally with an East team that we see. We saw this year, and we saw it last year. I'm thinking this will be a game that Colerain might still have a bit of a fight.
And I think Ryder Hooks just forced a fumble. It's picked up by Dawson Reap. Riley Smith made the catch. Almost looked like he wasn't ready for it. Ryder Hooks went up and hit him hard. Riley Smith stayed on his feet, but Hooks just stood him up and ripped the ball out before he went down. That is now 2 turnovers forced from this East defense in the first half.
Even only 45 seconds into the second quarter, only 2 plays, and East has another takeaway. They'll be starting for 1st and 10 on their own 9. Definitely not what you'd love to see in position, but given the circumstances, they are loving what's happening right now. Ryder Hooks gets the forced fumble picked up by Dawson Reap. That'll be the 2nd turnover caused by Lakota East defense. Short run by Ryder Hooks.
Apologize for the clock issues. We do have 10 minutes, 55 seconds left in the second quarter. About a 1-yard gain from Ryder Hooks. Knutson will get back up there. East not in favorable field position right now. They'll keep it on the ground to Ryder Hooks on the outside. Hooks tries to hurdle a man. That ball might have came out on the end. It will be a 1st down, though, for the Thunderhawks.
Definitely some small downsides with a guy like Ryder Hooks, who's known for running all over the field and bouncing around. When you're getting up in the air like that and you're moving the way he does, there is always going to be a little bit more of a risk of losing that ball. But Ryder Hooks is going to be able to hold on to it for that one.
I've already seen a lot of turnovers here in the first half from both sides. They'll get it out to Carter Jones again, who is hit hard from Donovan Chambers. Senior cornerback for Colerain. Another one of those guys having a nice year. Jones was able to pick up 5, though, before he was brought down.
Definitely a lot of big hits so far. It's that high school football spirit we're seeing here. As this year's continued, I'm seeing a lot more of these big hits, especially from some of the other teams, notably Middletown last week.
I believe A.J. Skoog is out there. You're right. They will throw it to him. Trick play. Could have seen that coming. He'll try to get it down to Carter Jones. Guy all over him, though. Malachi Smith in coverage. East doing exactly what they did last year against this Colerain team and try and throw a lot of trickery at them early. If you remember last year, that game against Colerain, boy, I remember like it was yesterday. Colerain had their insane losing streak called the laughingstock of the GMC. East thought they had the easiest victory ever going into Colerain, and they barely eked out a victory there.
It was
not a fun game to call, as Knutson will get it out on a screen pass to Hooks, who cannot bring it in. It'll bring up 4th down now, and East will be forced to punt. Colerain defense has been playing nicely to start this game.
Colerain's defense definitely not as star-studded as the Lakota East defense, but we still have a lot of guys here who are able to do their part and do it well, like JoJo Crooks out at DB has 42 tackles and 25 solos so far this year.
Nice punt there from Gruber. It'll take a bad hop, though. Cody Doyle grabs it before he can go any further into East territory. Roman Gar will trot back out there. Hasn't had quite the start he wanted, throwing the interception. And on the very next drive, his receiver fumbling one of his passes. Colerain's going to have to get this run game going if they want to open up more passing lanes. It's not going to be easy to throw on this East defense. They are the best against the pass in the GMC. Guys like Ryder Hooks, Chris Leverett, Cole Miranda out there leading the way, keeping the ball in check when it's in the air.
Yeah, this Colerain offense is definitely going to be wanting to continue the ball security and hope that they stop shooting themselves in the foot here with some of these small mistakes that have led into turnovers.
Screen pass out to Donovan Chambers. Chris Leverett and Cody Doyle both falling on him. He'll pick up about 3.
It's nice coming out here and seeing some of this younger talent on this Lakota East defense. I already mentioned Dalton Cheney and Chris Leverett, but another name, Cody Doyle, who, as this season's going on, is continuing to get a little bit more attention on this defensive line. 6 feet tall as a sophomore, definitely able to get moving and get going into the defense.
He'll fake the give to Smith. He will get around. Carson Schroyer finds a hole in his blockers, brought down by his foot by Braxton Thurman. Kitten not happy with the leap taken there by Roman Gar. You don't see too many guys just slip out of Carson Schroyer's sack attempt like that very easily. See why he is Colerain's starting quarterback, is just a sophomore. A lot of potential in Roman Gar to get Colerain back in the win column consistently in these next coming years.
Definitely. And Colerain is definitely a team where even if they don't look so good on paper, you watch them play, and you're seeing Roman Gar running all over the place, as we just saw here for a couple yards. And you're seeing a quarterback who is definitely very comfortable where he's at, and he's comfortable in the pocket even if some of the defensive line is getting through time and time again. He's been able to move around, and he's been able to escape the pocket for some of these rushes, and it's definitely causing East to kind of get a little wobbly here. We don't want to let Colerain establish too much of a QB running game. It's a lot of the issues we've seen before, like against Mason.
Yeah, next week, East will travel to Sycamore to play Sycamore. They are 0-7, and then the very next week, it's that game against West as Trey Smith will take a carry for a first down. These 2 games, a lot of people thought, especially I thought, 2 confidence-building games for East leading into that West game. Just take care of business at home against Colerain, and then do what you got to do against Sycamore the next week. But right now, Colerain has kept this a ball game. They've put good defense on East, and they've been able to move the ball well through the air and on the ground. Just got to shore up some of those turnovers that they've had. 1 fumble, 1 pick. But this still very much a ball game. A fake to give to Smith. Get it outside. to Aaron Jacobs, but nowhere to go. A lot of East defenders on that one. Carson Schroeder, Dawson Reap, just to name a few. That'll be a loss of 3.
And Colerain's Colerain's offense is coming out here, and after the 2 turnovers they've allowed so far, they're trying to play a little bit more conservative, and they're trying to maintain the ability to hold on to the ball here, because if you let the defense get all excited and get going on stopping the run, stopping the pass, then that's just going to get them even more hyped up and allow more of these turnovers to happen.
Guard drops back, steps up again in the pocket. Can't get around Carter Fosnaw. Big sack for number 72, the senior D lineman. It'll bring up 3rd down and 14.
Carter Fosnaw, definitely our biggest guy on the D-line, 6'2", 270 pounds. He's been doing pretty well here so far on the D-line. He's gotten himself 17 tackles, 9 solos, 1 forced fumble, and now another sack to add on to his stats.
Really nice year for the senior defensive lineman. Gar tries to step up again, and a fumble is caused again. It's P.J. McFarland this time. East says they have it. The refs signal they do. P.J. McFarland's 3rd sack on the year, his first forced fumble. So he caught the touchdown, and he forced the fumble, and East will take over one more time.
P.J. McFarland already having himself a day here. Caught a touchdown and called another forced fumble here. P.J. McFarland is just doing great right now, showing why he is the Indiana commit, one of the best guys on this East offense, and showing himself to be quite the player out on defense as well.
Doesn't play too much defense, but when he does, it's always something impactful. Really nice run for Ryder Hooks, who just keeps the legs churning into Colerain territory now. A little bit slow to get up. Along with Ryder Hooks, there is a Colerain player down right now. We'll step away as they help him up. We welcome you back. That was Zay Sims, who was down for Colerain. He was helped off the field. Their leading tackler, their starting middle linebacker, not somebody you want to lose. Ryder Hooks will get it again. He'll cut to the outside. No one's going to catch him. Ryder Hooks, his first rushing touchdown in 4 games. He pushes the lead to 13-0.
What a fantastic run by Ryder Hooks. He had a little bit of troubles here, a little bit of blocks coming up here on the 30. But once he got past that and once he got past the aggression there from the Colerain defense, he was gone. He just got on a run and sprinted off into the end zone. What a play. What a run, Ryder Hooks.
Nobody on that Colerain defense fast enough to catch Ryder Hooks. Fitzstevens' extra point is good. East now up 14-0 after a quick Ryder Hooks touchdown. A player down for East right now. We'll have to step away again. We are back. That was Nate Dixon who was down after the extra point.
Nate Dixon, only a sophomore. Such a shame to see guys get injured. We're all just hoping he's okay. Thoughts and prayers from up here in the booth.
Yeah, East been a team who's struggled with injuries to a lot of their core guys. Deshaun Flagg trying to find space on the outside. Could get past everybody. He's got some speed. Solid return up to the 27-yard line.
Almost looks like Deshaun Flagg almost looks like he was tackled by his own guy there. I don't know what that's about. It was number 23, Fernando Rowland, coming in. Who knows? Maybe he was trying to get a block, but I think that could have been part of Deshaun Flagg going down out of bounds there, putting them at their 25-yard line.
Just 4 minutes, 52 seconds left in this first half. Colerain has been able to move the ball, but they've committed 3 turnovers. Not helped their case at all. It's been what's plagued them all year. Drop back, throw another screen pass out to Donovan Chambers. Can't escape the tackle from Dawson Reap, who had him by his ankle. Time is ticking away in this first half. Screen passes not going to get you down the field very quickly. Going to have to move with a little more urgency now if you're Colerain.
Yeah, and there's definitely going to be upsides and downsides to how Colerain's playing this right now. You're going to have your screen passes and your short runs here. They're going to be a little bit safer, even though we've seen the 3 turnovers on those kind of plays. But generally, they will be a safer option. You're not going to have nearly as much risk. But at the same time, you're going to be taking up more time off the clock, and you're going to be having more chances to have to punt away the ball because you're not going for as much here.
Timeout called by Colerain at exactly the 4-minute mark of this first half. We'll step away for just a moment. The end of this one, he can break one free from anywhere. Would not be surprised for East, with the short amount of time they have, to still put it on the ground. Blaine Schurz out there to kick this one away. Braxton Thurman back deep alongside of Braden August. Thurman can't field the kickoff cleanly. It will luckily bounce into the back of the end zone. East will take over after the touchback.
Definitely a really nice kick going out of the back of the end zone there by their sophomore kicker, Blaine Schurz. And this is just one of those things where you might not even know about Blaine Schurz before a game, but you're seeing him kick. You see the field goal. You see the kickoff. That was clean. That was smooth. And it puts East at their own 20-yard line to start this drive.
Knutson now to the outside to Ryder Hooks, already having one of the touchdowns today. Wrapped up from this Colerain defense.
Going into second down here, they're going to try and see. We're going to have Carter Jones out here as timeout called by the Cardinals.
Timeout Colerain will stay with you. 54 seconds or a minute 2 left in this first half.
Definitely a lot of things slowing down here near the end of this second half. A lot more timeouts taken, and it's just been one of those things where the game has almost been put on delay. Going into halftime, it's been about an hour since this game's kickoff, and I believe this is going to be quite the long haul tonight.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages for injuries. Have had our fair share of explosive plays, though. Dawson Reap interception that turned into a bunch of laterals. 3 turnovers caused from this East defense. Ryder Hooks with a big run up the middle. Colerain's had a couple of big plays of their own. Deshaun Flagg, one of those guys. And Damari Dawson with a big run. Could have set up a touchdown. Colerain just could not capitalize enough. They go on the ground again to Ryder Hooks. Brought down nicely from Donovan Chambers. Also see number 11, Zay Sims, back in the game after getting injured earlier. Don't want to lose a guy like him. Want him to stay in a game like this where you're still very much alive. Time is ticking away, though. East only has 1 timeout left in the first half, and they will take it with 38 seconds left on the clock. We'll step away for just a short moment. Apologize for any freezings of the stream. Ryder Hooks again took a carry for just 5 yards. 20 seconds left now. Knutsen's going to need a big play to put East in scoring position. A lot of time. He will try to find his man. Finds Chris Boyer up the middle, who makes the cut and is still pushing forward to the 35-yard line. East going to have to move quickly. Clock does stop on a first down in high school and college. Knutsen, really nice job from this East defense to get to the line fast. Not quite in field goal range. Going to be a very far field goal. Would be surprised to see them go for it here, but definitely Hail Mary range for now Knutsen. What a nice grab. Chris Boyer's first catch of the game is a huge one.
Chris Boyer, definitely not a guy we see calling a whole lot, but he is still a very consistent wide receiver, and he's come through on a lot of big plays like we just saw. Very tall, 6'5", 200 pounds. The senior wide receiver has been very consistent so far this year. 28 receptions, 340 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And this has been one of those moments where we're seeing a guy in his last year of high school football really starting to shine for this Lakota East offense.
Yeah, Chris Boyer always had the size, the frame potential. 6'3" as a sophomore, jumped to 6'5" as a junior, stayed 6'5", put on a lot of muscle now as a senior. Always been locked in on football. Chris Boyer finally having the breakout year that he wanted. Had his early struggles start of the year and a couple drops for his Oak Hills. He has been amazing since then. One of the go-to guys for now, Knutsen now. A star-studded cast of pass catchers. Colerain will put 4 back now. Deshaun Flagg, receiver back there. East definitely has the size advantage here. PJ McFarland, Chris Boyer. They'll just go outside to PJ McFarland, and a very smart play that time gets them even closer. Could be trying to go for the field goal. And they are. A.J. Fitzstevens has a long of 39 so far this year. This one would be a 46-yarder. The longest of his young career. Too short of a kick. He has to fall on it himself. Not a good way to end the half for East, leaving points on the board, but still a 14-3 lead for the Thunderhawks over the Colerain Cardinals. We'll step away for halftime. We hope to see you back in the second half. Yeah, with the loss last week, dropping to 4-3 on the season, a mark they did not hit at all last year. Only 3 games left in the regular season. They got Colerain tonight, Sycamore next week, and then the matchup we've been waiting for all year, Lakota West in Week 10. West and East share the same record at 4-3. West is playing Sycamore. They are up big right now. This kickoff is fielded by Ryder Hooks. Could find a space. Gets knocked down at the 40-yard line. This East offense will be set up with great field position to start the second half.
Comes out on offense here. First drive of the second half. Now Knutson, sophomore quarterback, coming out with being one of the youngest stars on this offense. He currently leads the GMC in passing yards, 1,486 up until tonight. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, doing good so far, but also has 7 fumbles on the year. These are things that the East offense is wanting to fix, hoping they can get Nile a little bit better protection to have a better job securing the ball.
It definitely things you want to fix right before playoffs. As Ryder Hooks will get the first carry of the second half and makes a nice cut up the field. Ryder Hooks is gone. Touchdown, Thunderhawks, a 60-yard run for Ryder Hooks.
What an absolute unit of a run. That was beautiful. Ryder Hooks got free, broke off, and he was gone from there. This is why Ryder Hooks is one of the best running backs in the GMC, say the best. He's able to get away from the other defense and just take off. Because once he's in the open field, you can call that a touchdown.
Colerain tried to catch him but couldn't. And this time, just a bobbled extra point. Holder could not get it cleanly. Fitzstevens couldn't even get a foot on it. This score will stay right where it is. 20-3 after the long Ryder Hooks touchdown run. Like we said earlier, don't want to go into any unnecessary breaks, as that is probably what was stopping or was causing the stream to crash and freeze in the first half. So we'll stay with you. Roman Gar. Definitely, this Colerain team was definitely still in this game. I mean, it's 7-0 for a long time in that first half. You tack on 3 points right before halftime, you're feeling all right about yourself. You're only down 14-3 on a really good East team. Definitely still in this game, but talking to a lot of people who talk about Colerain and their current culture with most of their sports, it just seems like as soon as they get down, it's kind of like, well, here we go again, right? They've been losing for a long time now. Just seems like this team has to find a way to fight and stay in games.
Colerain, definitely a team that does a lot of fighting for sure. They're working hard to stay in this game. And if you watch it, they're definitely trying their best, even if the score is showing 20-3. They have been in the end zone many times. There's just been small mistakes that have been holding them back from capitalizing. And I believe these are all things that Colerain is going to be able to fix. They have issues with fumbles. They've allowed 3 takeaways so far. And this is a combination of small mistakes on offense and just great defensive play by Lakota East. So I think Colerain's going to come out here, and they're going to try and spice things up a little bit. I think the conservative short runs and screen passes haven't been working well enough. They want to score, and they want to score now.
3 fumbles in the first half for Colerain, 2 committed by Roman Gar. He did not lose either of them. Being chased now by Carter Fosnoff, trying to find a lane on the outside. Pushed out of bounds by Beckett Bush. Roman Gar has done a really nice job tonight evading pressure, finding lanes outside the pocket, and even right up the middle of the pocket for getting short gains. Just wish his receivers probably would get open more often so he has somebody to throw to instead of getting thrown out of bounds by Beckett Bush. Nonetheless, though, it is a 3-yard pickup for Colerain. They were able to move the ball really well in the first half, just could not capitalize in the red zone. Have to see what they go with here. Trey Smith still out, probably not going to return for this game. Dangerous throw that time, and a penalty is thrown. Not quite sure where they're going to call that one on. That one was way over the head of Damari Dawson. And they just called pass interference on East. I believe they called it on Ryder Hooks. Did not say his number correctly, though. But yes, it will be pass interference called on Ryder Hooks. Maybe called holding on that one. Did look like there was a lot of hand fighting. Wasn't quite sure if that ball was catchable, though.
A little bit high for sure.
Gar now will drop back. Gets it to Aaron Jacobs. Oh my goodness, I had to do a double take on that one. That was one of the hardest hits I've ever seen. My goodness, he was blasted. That was Aaron Jacobs. I was so surprised to see him get up that quick. My goodness, what a hit.
Definitely very impressive by Aaron Jacobs. I mean, he got blasted. That ball came out, and good on Cody Doyle for jumping on that almost immediately, even if it was just considered incomplete. But just wow, that was big.
I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger reaction from this crowd in the sidelines. That was a monstrous hit. Gar's going to go right back to him, but that is Donovan Chambers now on just a little in route, wrapped up by Carter Jones, stuck with him the whole way through. But it is a catch, and they will gain about 5 yards.
It's almost like there was a little bit of struggling to maintain that ball by Donovan Chambers, but he did maintain it, and that's a good little chunk play. Brings up 3rd and 7 for Colerain here. And Colerain wants to make sure that they're getting their guys the ball and making sure they hold on to it. They've been trying to keep it out on the right side here, going between Donovan Chambers and Aaron Jacobs, hoping to get some yards, but it has not been working.
Extremely late snap from the center. Ooh. Gar just tries to get it out to Chambers, way over his head. Took another hard hit from Carter Jones. Carson Schroer also in coverage. It will bring up a 4th down now. We'll have to see if Colerain sends the punting team out there. Without their punter, though, and Trey Smith, we'll have to see who they might go with, or they may just decide to go for it. Nothing left to lose right now.
Been making the assumption here that if they do decide to punt, which looks like they're not, they'd be sending out number 46, Blaine Shares.
They are not deciding to punt. Gar's back there with Dawson in the backfield. And they're going to call encroachment on Carson Schroer. It'll stay 4th down, but Colerain gets 5 yards closer. Now a 4th down and 2. Opportunity for Colerain to stay in this game. Has had no success on the ground apart from a big run from Damari Dawson. We'll have to see what they go with here. Gar looks like he'll stay back in shotgun. He's got Riley Smith back there along with Dawson. He'll hand it up to Dawson. He will be close to the 1st down. Might be stood up just short. We'll have to see what the refs call it. East seems to think they have him short. And they do. East defense with a nice 4th down stop is now Knutson, and the rest of this offense will take over.
I know a couple people were probably out there a little bit nervous with that encroachment call on Carson Schroer, bringing it up to a very manageable 4th and 2 for Colerain. But that was a very nice defensive play, stopping the run and making sure that East got this ball back. They're right just about on the 50-yard line right now, and they're on the Colerain 47, putting them in great field position for 1st down, 10 minutes left on the 3rd quarter.
So we'll get another screen pass out to Carter Jones. Some really nice blocks from his receivers. Maybe too good of blocks as more flags fly. Could be called for holding. Referees do signal holding. So take away the nice run after catch from Carter Jones. Refs have not been too nice to East tonight.
Definitely calling a lot of the smaller things, but they're just trying to make things official, trying to keep everything clean, even with a lot of the big explosive plays we've seen from both sides. And it is a little bit of a shame that that's going to get called back, but knowing this East offense, they're going to find a way to get right back out where they need to be. Ooh.
They will pick up the flag. Talked about it for quite some time. So Carter Jones will get the catch back on his stat line. He's had a couple of nice grabs today. A lot of screen passes that he's taken out for nice yardage. That one no different. East now has the ball at the 31-yard line of Colerain. Jones now goes into the Wildcat. He loves to keep it himself, and if he doesn't, he just hands it off to Ryder Hooks like he does. Jones keeps it himself, breaks out of a tackle, trying to find his blockers. Close to a first down for Carter Jones. Might be signaled just a little bit short.
Nice play by Carter Jones, holding onto the ball. 9-yard gain, making it 2nd and 1. This is a very nice that East is trying to bring in a little bit of variety to their offense. Carter Jones being able to stay in the Wildcat almost reminds me a little bit of what we saw last year when East had Zion Neal playing in at Wildcat.
Now, Zion Neal, a huge playmaking threat. As Hooks will take it up the middle that time. It will be a first down. This O-line, well, East has had a lot of problems with injuries on the O-line. They have been very good tonight with getting Ryder Hooks some space. Love to see that out of young guys stepping up who haven't played much this whole year, doing what they can do.
Definitely went into this season with a little bit of concerns at O-line. But as it's gone on, I feel like these are issues that they've pretty much ironed out as they've made a lot of improvements.
Improvements come throughout the year as Hooks breaks it to the outside. Tries to throw a mean stiff arm. But gets tackled down very nicely from Ali Carter Kincaid. Listed as number 7. Switched to number 6 through the season. Some words being spoken between Carter Kincaid and Ryder Hooks after that one.
Definitely a little bit of excitement from Ali Carter Kincaid getting that tackle on a guy like Ryder Hooks. You just got to contain it or else you're going to get a flag on yourself pretty quick.
Knutson now looking to the end zone on Hooks. Carter Kincaid in coverage again. Way too far over the head of Ryder Hooks. It will bring up a 3rd down and 3 now. This East team has been good in the red zone all year.
Definitely wanting to be able to punch it in here, kind of.
Knutson will keep it himself, but he will hand it just off to Ryder Hooks, who leaps into the end zone. Oh my goodness! Another touchdown for Ryder Hooks, his 3rd of the game, and that one was sensational.
This is Ryder Hooks doing Ryder Hooks things. That was beautiful.
That might have been Ryder Hooks' most fun touchdown of the year. Fitzstevens' extra point is up and good. This East lead gets pushed even further. Safe to say they're doing well enough to avoid the trap game. Up 27-3 now, midway through the 3rd quarter. They're feeling good right now. Colerain still trying to figure things out.
Colerain's definitely been in a spot where this 27-3 almost doesn't feel real. Colerain's been fighting pretty hard this first for this game, it's definitely a very different looking result as we saw last year, so far at least. But this has just been a matchup for Colerain that they wanted to go in and show that they are still a somewhat good quality team. And if you look at this offense, you will think that. You'll think, oh yeah, this is a team that can do what they need to do. But if you come to these games and you see what's happening, 27-3 doesn't give you a whole lot of hope if you're a Colerain Cardinals fan.
Nah, and that's been the story of Colerain for a little over 4 years now. Ever since they lose Bolden to West, this team has just not been the same as what they were for so long. Just 20 years ago, #1 team in the country in 2003. That one ekes a little bit too close. Kick will land out of bounds, so Colerain will be set up at the 35-yard line. Fitzstevens has been pretty dangerous where he spots those kicks on those kickoffs. Don't want to get a return, but you also don't want to get too close to that sideline. That time just couldn't keep it in, as Gar will trot back out there to try and put Colerain up on the board to try and fight back against this East team.
Colerain's definitely going to come out here hoping to give themselves a little bit more of a manageable score, because 27-3 is never what you want to see, even if you're a Colerain fan, and it's something that you almost get a little bit used to. But I believe they have the potential to come and make this lead a little bit less with a high-powered offense that they have on paper, even without Trey Smith.
Dawson goes into motion. Gar will fire deep down the field. Another hard hit. This time it's Cole Miranda in coverage. Perfectly timed, though. Cole Miranda, senior safety back there. He's put on a lot of muscle throughout the years. Haven't seen him put a hit like that on since that game against Centerville. Dangerous throw from Gar that time.
Definitely. And as Roman Gar is coming out here and he's wanting to throw the ball farther down the field, he's going to want to be careful because, like we've mentioned before, East has a very lethal secondary with guys like Cole Miranda, Braxton Thurman, and Beckett Bush all coming to help out.
Gar finds flag. He's got wheels. Pushes it into East territory. Mentioned flag earlier. He has had a couple of really spectacular performances last week against West. 4 catches, 125 yards, and a touchdown. Only a sophomore. Him and Gar are going to be guys that are hooking up a lot throughout these next couple of years in the passing game. Has been held in check tonight, but gets a nice catch there. 1st and 10 now for Colerain. Gar drops back. Has a lot of time. He'll just take it himself out of bounds. Gets hit late. Flag will fly. Refs didn't like that one at all. Might have thought myself that could have been a late hit.
For sure. I mean, Roman Gar was already on his way out of bounds. He was clearly going that way. Somebody came out through there and made a big hit as he was pretty much out already. And even if you're hyped up and you have a big lead like this, that's no excuse to be hitting people late when they're out of bounds. So I could very well see this being a very justifiable call by the refs for a late hit.
Well, they're still talking about something. I'm not quite sure what. But Roman Gar will get a lot of time to catch his breath, regain composure after that big hit.
Roman Gar definitely trying to experiment a little bit more, moving out of the pocket and trying to fight up for some yards. 2 different penalties here. Holding on the offense. Late hit on Carson Schroyer.
Yeah, so The holding call negates the run from Roman Gar, but it was a dead ball foul from Carson Schroer, so they will get pushed up 15 yards. Gar now with a 1st and 5. We'll finally get back to action in just a moment. He's got Flagg and Jacobs out to his left, Donovan Chambers down to his right. The defensive back, Damari Dawson, in the backfield with him after the Trey Smith injury. Clock will roll once again. Gar drops back, steps up in the pocket, gonna take off again to the same side. This time he doesn't get hit late, but he will step out of bounds. Nice first down run from Roman Gar.
It was a nice run again. Like I said, Roman Gar's trying to keep the ball in his own hands, which is honestly a really easy way to make sure that you can control who has it, at least the best of your own ability, that is. I believe he was chased out of bounds there by, I believe that was K.L. Cox.
I wouldn't trust my receivers either. Hey, we're fumbling like they have been tonight. Gar drops back again, throws to the middle of the field. Another hospital ball. That time looking for Malachi Smith. Hit put on from Cole Miranda, Ryder Hooks. Once again, it is an incomplete pass. Man, Roman Gar's been slinging it. But his receivers have been taking some big hits on some of these throws.
Yeah, if I was out there, I saw the ball. If I was out there and I saw that ball coming and I had Dawson Reap and Ryder Hooks out there right behind me, I'd be pretty scared, because this is one of those defenses that can play back out even some of the guys you'd expect to stay on the line.
Deep ball to the outside now, and it is dropped by Deshaun Flagg. Carter Jones stuck with them, played really good defense. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 now. Flagg looked like he had a step or two maybe, just could not reel it in. Solid throw from Roman Gar.
Nice coverage by Carter Jones. It's definitely nice coming out here and seeing these Lakota East players coming out and playing both ways. And we're seeing guys, especially like Carter Jones, Ryder Hooks, and a little bit of P.J. McFarland playing fantastic out of position.
Lakota East will take a timeout now. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Trying to We should be back. I'm just as upset as you guys probably are at home. We're connected to the Ethernet up in this booth, and it has been fighting us all day. It's just been cutting in and out. We just completely lost all Wi-Fi connection for probably the most exciting play of this whole night. We apologize for the difficulties. Again, I am just as angry as you guys are at home. I don't know why we can't get a stable internet connection here in the booth. We had to connect to one of our hotspots. What you did miss was an 80-yard Ryder Hooks pick 6 to extend this lead to 34-3. That is media that we will never get back. That one hurts. I'm really sorry that we missed that. But it is good to be back up and running.
Definitely a little bit sore from that one there, but even missing what I feel like might be the greatest play of the night so far, we are, in fact, back in this 3rd quarter with 5 minutes left. Colerain is on offense. It is 34-3. Even with the issues, we are Lakota East Broadcasting, and we will keep fighting even if stuff crashes, Wi-Fi goes down. We will come back, and we have.
It just is so frustrating when we try, we have everything up, and we just can't, for whatever reason, Wi-Fi will just go out. There's no way we can fix against that. We have Ethernet plugged in. We're connected to the Wi-Fi in the booth, and it just goes out for the biggest play of the night. Dawson makes a nice cut and fights for the first down. So Dawson stepping in for Trey Smith, who was injured in that first half, has had a couple of nice runs as this Colerain O-line has been able to generate him some space. This East secondary definitely been the stronger part of this team tonight, forcing a lot of turnovers. Gar threw his second interception the last time. This time it was Ryder Hooks, took it all the way back. Gar scrambles out again, is just going to put his head down and take it out of bounds. Nobody getting open downfield, and probably doesn't want to force it when he doesn't have to. It'll be a pickup of about 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Coming into the 2nd down and 7, Colerain is definitely wanting to conserve the ball here, giving it up for, I believe, the 4th takeaway by Lakota East. That time, the pick 6 by Ryder Hooks. Beautiful to watch. Sorry you guys couldn't see it.
Gar will draw back to throw again, and that time right through the hands of Malachi Smith. Wasn't exactly ready for that one. That ball popped up in the air, almost picked off by Marco Pastor that was down there. Another one of these young guys who's he's really been breaking out these past couple of games. Did not play any at the start of the year. Has been getting more and more chances and opportunities. He's made the most of it. Really solid tackler who can stick with just about any receiver. He's lined up down there against Donovan Chambers. Gar looks that way to start. Gar just keeps it himself now, falls down at the feet of Dalton Cheney, but it will be a 1st down run. So move the chains on 3rd down.
Yeah, Roman Gar is definitely learning a bit of a lesson here by going and actually sliding on this run instead of trying to force contact or force himself out of bounds, because every time he's tried to do that, it has not gone in his favor. So that was a smart move. Get your yardage and slide. That'll be a 1st down, Colerain.
Got to give a lot of credit to this Colerain O-line also. Well, he has had to scramble quite a bit. He's never been under a whole lot of pressure tonight. East only rushing 3, has not gotten too much. Stoppage before. Will be a timeout called on Colerain. We'll stay with you as to avoid any troubles. We do know now all the stoppage and freezing was caused by internet. Sucks to have happen, but it is what it is. We'll keep pushing.
Even with freezing and issues up here in the booth, the Thunderhawks are still on fire down on the field. This has been an absolute shutout so far by Lakota East. You can see P.J. McFarland down there on the sideline putting it to sleep. But it has been a fantastic game by East's offense so far. And big shout out and big credit to Ryder Hooks, who has been playing his best football tonight. And we still have a quarter of football left to play.
3 offensive touchdowns, 1 defensive touchdown, and go along with this interception. Scar will once again take the carry right up the middle and pick up a 1st down. Gar's really shown a lot of effort and prowess running the ball on the ground. Probably doesn't want to keep throwing it. Already thrown 2 interceptions. His receivers have been getting locked up and hit tonight. And when he's ran the ball, this East defense has been ready. So Gar's about the only person he can trust right now, and that's evident by all the runs he's taken himself.
Yeah, Roman Gar's definitely in a tough spot right now. He has his main guy out in Chris Smith, so now he has to keep the ball himself if he wants to run it.
Gets out on a screen pass to Flag, who makes a nice cut on the outside, getting out of a tackle. Tries to get out of another one. Hit down hard, though, for a gain. Very short gain. Might have looked like for a second he could have taken that one up the sideline, but we're going to bring up a 2nd down and 8 now. Gar very shaken up after that last run. He's been doing it all himself tonight.
Definitely making some moves to try and keep things fresh out on defense as time actually runs out in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, time will run out in the 3rd quarter. We are going to step away. We do know now that it was just an internet issue, so this should not freeze the stream. If it does, all you should have to do is exit out and get back in, but we're hoping that nothing happens. We're back. We get you this play quickly. It's taken right up the middle from Dawson. He will take it all the way for a Colerain touchdown. East defense might not have been ready for that one. Damari Dawson just goes untouched for 30 yards out.
Nice run by Damari Dawson. Definitely what Colerain has been looking for. They really wanted to see something like that earlier on. But definitely, Colerain fans definitely happy that they are in the end zone. The band is playing. And that, with this extra point, if made, will make our score 34-10.
Extra point from Blaine Schurz is up and good. So this score is now 34-10. So Colerain makes the score look a little bit less worse than it really was. See a lot of East's younger guys, a lot of backups start getting some playing time here, especially if they are able to score on this drive. Might be trying to put this game away. One more touchdown should do it. It's been just a Ryder Hooks legacy game so far, though. 4 total touchdowns, 3 on offense, 1 on defense. He gets his first pick of the year, runs it all the way back. Has had 3 rushing touchdowns. He has just been balling tonight.
Like you said, this has definitely been a Ryder Hooks highlight reel so far. And I don't know if they're going to take him out, let Braden August get some carries, or if they're just going to let him keep stat padding. But I know full well if it was up to him, he would stay out on this ball game and continue to run all over this Colerain defense.
We will have to see. Braxton Thurman, the only guy back there for East to return. Schurz has not had good kickoffs. That time it is a good one, though. Braxton Thurman won't even touch it, and it will not get to the end zone. They're going to say it does hit the pylon, though, so it does count as a touchback. That is the right call there. Dangerously close to going out of bounds.
Very, very close there on that kickoff. As we've continued to see this game going on, Blaine Schurz has been coming up as a pretty nice quality kicker so far. He drained the first field goal they have, extra point on that last touchdown, and he's also been very nice on these kickoffs, draining almost all of them out into the back. That one hitting a pylon, barely considered a touchback, but like you mentioned, the rules do say if it hits a pylon, it's a touchback.
Knutson will stay in there, though. Ryder Hooks once again with the burst in a hole. Ryder Hooks, a lot of speed up the sideline. He cuts it back to the middle of the field. Ryder Hooks, it's a foot race. Tries to cut it back once again. Brought down just short of the end zone. So we'll have to have a delay on the celebration. Ryder Hooks brought down at the inch line. My goodness, Ryder Hooks has been dominant.
What a play. This was college. This would be Ryder Hooks' Heisman game. What an absolute show so far. I'm thinking they're going to give it right back to him.
And why not, right? Ryder Hooks walks it in that time. And East puts another touchdown up on the board very quickly. Just 2 plays responding to the Colerain touchdown. Colerain looking a little shell-shocked right now. Call it the Ryder Hooks effect.
Definitely been Ryder Hooks' best game of the season so far, being his 5th touchdown. This Lakota East has scored 6 touchdowns in this game. Ryder Hooks has accounted for 5 of them. It's quite the crazy thing to say, including that pick 6 as well.
Last 3 weeks, Ryder Hooks had not had a rushing touchdown. Last 4 weeks, actually. Last 4 games, no rushing touchdowns for Ryder Hooks. Did have a receiving touchdown against Fairfield. Did rack up a lot of yards in those games, but could not touch the end zone on the ground. 4 rushing touchdowns in this one. And I almost want to say that this was expected against a team like Colerain. Not great against the run. Big opportunity for this East O-line to build a lot of confidence. Finally get Ryder Hooks the space he's been wanting. And man, Ryder Hooks has made every single carry count. It seems like every time he touches the ball, it could go for big yards. And I want to change that word from could to did. Every single time Ryder Hooks has gotten the ball, people have stood up in the stands waiting to see what he can do. Probably going to get some rest now. Up by 31 here with just 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Definitely. I mean, this is going to be a game for Ryder Hooks where we're going to be going back, looking at the Ohio football website and getting ready for a Ryder Hooks Player of the Week voting.
Probably definitely his best game since week 1 against Centerville. Malachi Smith cannot field the kick cleanly. Gets to the outside, though. Is brought down a little bit past the 20-yard line. Almost dangerous for Malachi Smith, but was able to pick it up. And it seems like a lot of times these Colerain, they're getting to the outside. They might have a lane to the outside, and they just cut it to the inside. Not quite sure why that's happened so much tonight, but it's just been more of the same for Colerain. Not been able to hang on to the football when they have it in the passing game and the running game. Not been able to keep it clean through the air. Turnovers are really what plagued Colerain tonight.
Definitely. I mean, Colerain has been, honestly, they've been playing good offense, but the only issue is that they've been unable to capitalize almost entirely.
Roman Gar just takes it himself once again on a carry. It's almost like that's his first read every single time. Doesn't even look downfield to pass, or maybe he looks for half a second. East secondary proven why. They're the best in the GMC against the pass. Love to see a stat like that, especially going into a year where you lose a lot of your corners. A lot of senior DBs left. You wonder how good this East team would be against the pass. They have been amazing. Gar, once again, will tuck it down, try to get as much as he can. It's a nice run, though. Bring up a 3rd and 2. This is Gar's best game in terms of rushing yards. Obviously trusting his feet a lot more.
Gar is definitely coming here, and if I'm any of Roman Gar's receivers, I'm a little bit disappointed because you definitely don't want your first read on a lot of these plays to be just keeping it yourself.
This time he will throw it. See that time why he keeps it to himself. Dropped by Damari Dawson, who had the big touchdown run just a moment ago. It's been a lot of the same for Colerain. Not been able to find anything through the air. Deshaun Flagg has been one of their few bright spots.
Deshaun Flagg even has been pretty much almost shut down by this East defense tonight because they've been managing these big names on Colerain's defense, and part of that has been why Roman Gar has been able to get himself going and get running on the field because his guys are almost in full coverage every single play.
Encroachment called that time on Cale Cox. So it will be a free first down for Colerain. Time ticking away now, just 7 minutes, 40 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Gar steps back, looks downfield. This time he will throw it instead of taking it himself. Nice catch by Donovan Chambers out past the 50. Brought down by Marco Pastor, and you see a lot of new numbers for East right now. Starters are on the bench.
And in a place like this, I don't blame Lakota East for sitting their starters. They want to keep their guys healthy, and in a game where you're up 41-10, that's all you need to do. Some of these backups are guys that have been starting on JV, just now getting some of their first spots and first starts on varsity. And you love to see it for some of these younger guys.
I want to give a shout out to a lot of these players. You see number 23, Freddie Washington there in the backfield getting some time. Caleb H. come on the outside as well. This time it is caught by Malachi Smith. Trying to get past everybody. Freddie Washington, like I just said, finally brings him down. Gets a little bit of help from Lute Shatsky, the junior defensive back. Malachi Smith got wide open on that grab.
Definitely a nice, good play by Malachi Smith. Even though he was eventually brought down, that it does bring them all the way to the 13-yard line. And this is a good position for Colerain to be able to score, hopefully, their second touchdown of this match.
So Colerain starters working on the East's backups. We'll put Jacobs into motion. They'll hand it off to Dawson right up the middle. Wrapped up from Cale Cox. Big number 70, just a sophomore. Nice job that time, able to work on that right guard.
Definitely good playing here by Lakota East defense. This secondary squad here has been able to maintain good quality control of Colerain's offense. As we saw that time, Cale Cox stopping the run almost immediately before it could even develop, really.
Oh, with a lot of time now, we'll find a wide open man. Touchdown, Colerain. Amir Blair was just wide open in the side of the end zone. So tack on 6 more for Colerain. Score gets brought up to 41-16.
Colerain finally getting back in the end zone. Like you said, that free touchdown by Amir Blair, just a sophomore here. And that was nice separation out on his route, being able to get away from his defender and getting into the end zone to make this lead just a little bit less.
Kick from Schurz is up and good. So this lead will be cut just a little bit shorter by that extra point. East offense could see a lot of the backups go back out there. Although they may want to add just one more to feel comfortable again. We'll have to see. AJ Skoog, a lot of these younger guys could be getting some action.
Definitely going to be a lot more running from some of these younger guys like Braden August, who is even starting to get a lot more attention in some of the varsity matches as a first option of a second guy to run the ball for you. I'm excited to see guys like Jeremiah White in at DB and wide receiver getting some playing time here. Going to see a lot of guys, a lot of sophomores, maybe even one or two freshmen, who knows. We will see here as East gets ready to receive the kick.
Regular kickoff team out there for East. No backups in right now. Schurz will get ready to kick it off right after his extra point. Braxton Thurman, the only return man. East has not ran a kickback for a touchdown yet this season. They had 2 last year. This time it's just an onside squib kick. PJ McFarland might have got a hand on it, but it will just go straight out of bounds. And East will have good field position once again. We'll have to see who they trot out there on offense.
Good decision by Blaine Shares to just take that and kick it on the onside out of bounds. Because you have a guy out in the back, Braxton Thurman, somebody who has a lot of potential to take the ball and take it downfield. Braxton Thurman, definitely not the biggest guy on any defense you'll see. Only 5'5" as a junior, but he has a lot of speed and a lot of capabilities that he is able to use when he is out on defense.
AJ Skoog is out there. He will hand it off to Ryder Hooks, who will get a nice carry. His rushing numbers have to be astronomical. Would love to take a look at his stat sheet at the end of this game. So it does seem like the normal pass catchers and skill position players are out there for East. Carter Jones down in there. PJ McFarland, Ryder Hooks, Chris Boyer on the outside. Are letting Skoog get some minutes, though.
Definitely.
Nick Moreau on the very outside left. Just gives it to Ryder Hooks. Has another hole. Tries to get to the outside. He could do it again. Stumbles a bit going out of bounds. But he will push it into the red zone, deep into Colerain territory.
Appears they might be.
And that is going to be the single game rushing record for Lakota East, set by the best running back in Lakota East's history, Ryder Hooks. What a night.
Definitely explains why they kept him out there with 5 minutes left. They knew he was approaching this record, and that is just fantastic by the senior running back, able to take it downfield far and away once again to break that Lakota East rushing record.
Skoog fumbles that one, was not ready for that snap. Skoog will fall on it. See how Gus checking in for Ryder Hooks. Ryder Hooks' day most definitely done. Like you said, obvious why they kept him in. Wanted to break the rushing yard record.
Excited to see what that yardage is going to look like after this game. We'll have to go back and check, see what the previous record might have been.
Unfortunately, we do not have live stats, and even at halftime, Ryder Hook's stats were definitely wrong, so I'm not quite sure exactly how much it was. Braden August gets destroyed on that run. Jaden Mabry on Colerain, sniffed that one out right away. Could have been a missed blocking assignment up front as well. Be about a 5-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 18 now for East.
Even though this is a big 3rd down for East in terms of how much yardage they need, still in very good field position. They have good potential to bring this up.
Skoog will get it out to Alex Feldmeyer. His first catch of the year. The senior wide receiver, been doing it for a long time. Student section and crowd getting excited to see Alex Feldmeyer's first catch of his football career, as they'll let Tyler Gruber attempt this long field goal. Boyer, they're making Boyer check out.
Griffin McQueen out with the hold, sophomore.
This would be Tyler Gruber's longest field goal of his career. See if he gets it up. He does. It looks to be long enough, and he gets it. What a kick from Tyler Gruber. Man, he is fired up.
Definitely a beautiful kick by Tyler Gruber. Looks like he even could have gotten a couple more yards out of that if he needed to. That was nice, clean, and up and away to extend this lead up to 44-17.
Yeah, just 2 minutes, 32 seconds left. This could most likely be the final drive of the game if Colerain is not able to score quickly. It's just been a dominating showing from East in a game where they most definitely wanted to dominate. This, a struggling Colerain team, wanted to build their confidence after a terrible loss last week to Middletown. They'll get another confidence booster next week as we will go to Sycamore. We will be streaming that game. I will be there up in the booth. Sycamore does have a very nice stadium, very nice booth, so there shouldn't be any issues with internet up there.
Definitely very excited for that game, too. Hoping to see a pretty similar outlook to what we had here at home versus Colerain. Going to be a pretty fun game to call.
It should be. We're expecting a lot of big stats from all of these East guys. Maybe they'll let Ryder Hooks have a little bit of a rest that game. Just make sure he's ready for the West game. That is after that one. That will be streamed by Lakota West Broadcasting. We will be doing a joint pregame show with them. I will be up in the booth alongside the West commentators as Blair again will fumble the kickoff. So many troubles with just catching the ball for Colerain.
A really close one there. Cole Miranda steaming through. He almost picked that He almost picked up that dropped ball. And that could have been, if he got that, that could have ended up being another touchdown for Lakota East. Anything's possible.
So Gar will go back out there. Threw the touchdown pass last drive to Amir Blair, sophomore to sophomore on that throw. Gar's going to step up once again. This time he's going to look to throw, but he's just going to walk out of bounds. He loves to hit that sideline. He's done it plenty tonight. That's not going to get him too much, though. We'll stop the clock. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left in this blowout victory for East.
Definitely been a good performance for Lakota East. They're coming back home tonight, and they're seeing that even with that unfortunate loss last week to Middletown, and with seeing all of that happening out in Middletown, coming back and having Lakota East put on a game like they did, Ryder Hooks having a game like he did is very, very nice. As Gar's pass is caught.
Too far over the outstretched arms of Caleb Agecombe. Is caught by Aaron Jacobs. Adding to the list of the dangerous throws that Roman Gar has thrown tonight. Gar will drop back again. He'll just go another short pass out to Jacobs once again, who tries to make a couple people miss, but will get brought down short of the first down marker. So Ryder Hooks earlier in the year broke Lakota East's all-time career rushing yards record. Been the starter since he was a sophomore. This time he breaks the single game rushing yards record, as Malachi Smith will make another nice grab. It will be a first down for Colerain, but time will continue to tick away.
Definitely very impressive of Ryder Hooks. Just want to give him a huge shout out here. Starting as the running back since he was a sophomore, especially over Chauncey Peck last year and I believe the year prior.
Yeah, Roman Gar that time too low of a throw. Caleb H. come in coverage. This defense definitely does not want to let Colerain put up another touchdown. They want to keep this score right where it is. Make the stat line look that much better.
Definitely. I mean, Lakota East's defense is out here, even as secondary. They're wanting to make sure this game maintains its blowout category.
Roman Gar makes a nice throw to Damari Dawson down the field. A little bit of a blown coverage that time. Dawson just had 5 yards of space on a deep curl route. Colerain will push the ball into the red zone now at the East 8-yard line. Minute 02 left on the clock.
The very end of this game, we're definitely seeing the kind of potential that Colerain's offense has. And now we're seeing, even this late into the game, Roman Gar is feeling a lot more comfortable throwing the ball deep, seeing as he's going against Lakota East's backups.
Gar's just going to take it himself right up the middle, and he's going to go in untouched. Colerain scores again. It is Roman Gar's first rushing touchdown of the season, his second touchdown of the game. Colerain makes this game look a little less worse than it was.
Like I mentioned earlier, Colerain's playing in a state of not trying to win the game, as less of trying to make it look like they were trying to fight. Now, looking at, if somebody were to go and look at this final score, which presumably will be 44-24, you would think, okay, Colerain tried to put up a fight, but three of these touchdowns have came, two of these touchdowns have came against Lakota East's backup defense, which still is great for the Colerain players and great for Roman Gar and anybody who's gotten a lot of more attention here at the end of this game. But it is still going to go down as absolute domination from Lakota East.
Yeah, us in the stands and in the booth know just how dominant East starters were today. A lot of stat padding done from Roman Gar in this Colerain offense. We want to bring some attention, though, to our foes in Lakota West. They played Sycamore at home, and they were able to win 56-0 against the Aviators. So West moves to 5-3 on the year. East will get to play Sycamore next week, hoping for a similar outcome like West had. Sycamore, the very bottom of the GMC, the only team Colerain has beat this year. Should be a great game for East. Really rack up the score, rack up the yards, rack up the stats.
Seeing if Ryder Hooks might even be able to get, if he doesn't have it already, the single-season rushing yard record for Lakota East.
Might be hard to break. East has had a long history with really good running backs, so the season one might be hard, but Braxton Thurman finally gets some blocks and kickoff return into Colerain territory. That's his best return of the year.
This is exactly what I was saying about Braxton Thurman earlier. He's definitely not a big guy, but he is fast. He can get the ball in his hands on these kickoff returns, and he is running with some passion there. Very impressive play by Braxton Thurman on that kickoff return. Put Lakota East all the way for 1st and 10 on the Colerain 40-yard line.
Say what you want about his size, but kid is athletic as all heck. You see right there, got some carries last year for East, made the most out of every single one, was just a solid downhill hard runner, made the switch to DB this year, and he hasn't looked back. He has been spectacular out there, has 2 interceptions on the season. Just been a great DB for East. As that is Jay Gooden who gets the carry. Colin McWilliams on the handoff. 2 sophomores. You can tell this East team really likes getting hype when they get the ball. That will wrap it up. Your final score, 44-24. East putting on a show tonight. Ryder Hooks putting on a show tonight. 5 total touchdowns. 4 on the ground, 1 on a pick 6. Broke the single game rushing yards record. Ryder Hooks was on fire tonight. East will move to 5-3. Colerain drops to 1-7. We hope to have you back up with us next week as we will travel to Sycamore to stream that game. Should be another win for East. We will have to see. We want to thank you at home for always sticking with us through the errors, through the difficulties, watching our stream, supporting us. I want to give a shout out to Butler Tech and all the athletic boosters as well, giving us the equipment to make these streams possible. What a game from Ryder Hooks and the East Ace team. We will see you next week.